Hi, and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and we get together every Thursday at 9 o'clock Pacific to hang out, to do some drawing, and chat, and share some time together. So that is the plan for today, and I hope that you are ready for that. Let me just make one minor adjustment here, and there we go. Good. So last week, well, actually, first let me tell you about this week. So this week, I just want to give you a heads up on what we're going to be doing. I don't think you'll need anything particularly elaborate to do drawings today. Basically, we're going to be drawing Toni's. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. But all you're going to need is a sketchbook or some paper and a pen or whatever it is you want to draw with. I'm probably going to be drawing with some colored pencils, but it's up to you. We're just kind of doing drawing stuff, and we're going to kind of make it up as we go. So you can pick whatever you feel motivated to draw with today. It could be a marker, could be, I don't know, pen and ink, watercolor, you name it. So it's nice to see all of you here, and let's get on with it. Oh, and by the way, I know we started a couple minutes late today. It's a good idea to subscribe. And the reason I say that is not because of the reason that everybody else says it on YouTube, but because it reminds you that we're doing it. And getting a reminder to draw is part of the idea of Draw With Me, which is get together and do it on a regular basis. The more you draw, the more confident you'll feel, the more fun you'll have. So don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so last week we did a really cool project where we made masks out of paper bags. If you weren't here and you didn't see what we were doing, this may sound a little nutty, but it was a very cool project where basically the idea was that the project had several steps to it. The first was to kind of design some very expressive faces. The second was to transfer them to a brown paper bag or to a piece of cardboard, whatever you wanted to make your mask out of. But the third, and the thing that is really cool, is the art itself was not about making the bags and the masks. It was about taking photographs, black and white photographs of yourself or someone else wearing those masks to create kind of an expressive scene. And a lot of you did it. A lot of you shared it, and we're going to have a look at what you did. Are you ready? Here we go. How great was that?
So fantastic. So fantastic.
I mean, so much creativity, and just I love the variations. I love like
some of the best ones are simple, and I think that's a really hard thing to do, right?
To just reduce it down
Exactly.
to really simple things. Yeah, some were really elaborate, like the Edward Scissorhands was like a masterpiece of painting, and then there was I guess it was Bach at the end playing the cello, and then there was a little tiny one of some kind, and I don't know, there was just such variety. Cats wearing masks.
Amazing.
Oh my God, those are so awesome.
We wanted to do one with Twiggy, but it didn't work out.
Well, I'm so glad that you all seem to like them as well. And yes, Kate liked them. Tina, Jay, Canner. Yes, they were so great.
Just so great.
Yes, so...
And it's fun to do something that expands upon your drawing skills in this show.
Yeah, to be able to apply your drawing and to be able to apply your skills to doing something else, that was really cool. So thank you all for taking that seriously. It's the kind of thing you go like, yeah, I'll get around to that. But people really put some effort into it, brought other people in as models. It was really great and really fun. So thank you for participating in that way.
Yay!
And for making it cool. So,
Yay!
All right, so we should think of other more elaborate things like that to do in the future.
Only once in a while.
Once in a while. We haven't done that in a couple of years, but it was really fun to do. So, all right, so yeah.
Speaking of elaborate, we kind of decided today that we've had a few complicated episodes, and today's about fun.
Today's about fun. We're going to do, I think we're going to do probably half a dozen drawings, 5 or 6. And it's just, I don't know, it's going to be loose. It'll be fun.
Yeah, fun.
Nothing too elaborate. So, okay. So today we are sponsored by Hahnemuhle, which is a phenomenal sketchbook and paper company. And I'm going to be working in the Cappucino book, which is toned paper. It's pretty unusual to find a beautifully made sketchbook that has toned paper in it. And if you've never drawn with toned paper and you'd like to try it out, well, we're giving away, I don't know, do you know how many of these we're giving away?
I don't even know. I'm sort of like sitting here wondering how I'm going to talk about this because
we're giving away several.
We're not doing the Cappucino book.
What do you mean?
We're doing the toned watercolor pad. Oh! Yeah, the toned pad. Anyway, there you have it. So the giveaway is maybe...
I do have a toned watercolor thing. We could do it on that.
I mean,
I wasn't planning to do watercolor, though.
Well, it's okay. Let's do the Cappucino book. I think that...
I do have a toned watercolor book here, though.
See? This is how you know it's live.
I do have a toned watercolor book here. No, this is not. This is the gray. Hahnemuhle also makes a gray book called the Gray Book.
You know, let me just plug Hahnemuhle in an alternate way. Not only are their products amazing, but their team are the nicest humans on the planet of Earth. They are delightful, and they are going to laugh about this. And they probably expect it from us at this point. Anyway, I don't think we have a giveaway because the giveaway was something else.
Really?
It's okay. Don't need it. I mean, look. Next week we'll be back with a giveaway.
Is it? Did they say what color the tone is?
Toned watercolor pad beige.
Oh. Okay. All right. So this week we're sponsored by Hahnemuhle, and we have the toned watercolor paper that we'll be using. Oh, man. So first of all, we started late. I spilled some coffee, and I thought, well, that's a sign because it's Cappucino book, and we're using cappuccino. It wasn't cappuccino, it was just coffee. So maybe that was the thing. All right, we're giving away toned watercolor paper. I don't have it immediately handy, so I'm just going to work in this Cappucino book. It's similar, but it's not watercolor paper.
The watercolor paper is bigger size, which is actually hard to use on camera. It's hard to demo because the camera on the desk can't get that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be working watercolor. I'm all set up to work in colored pencils. So
got it. All right. You know what?
Anyway,
it's a continuation of the imagination.
It's awesome. Imagine, if you will, when you see a colored pencil, you think, oh, that's a nice watercolor brush. And look at how amazing that effects that he's getting with those watercolors. They look just like colored pencils.
Remember when we did a whole workshop about watercolor pencils?
Yeah. Well,
gosh, those are cool. Yeah.
That's not what this is.
It's another thing besides. Anyway.
All right, so we're giving away
the promise was just have fun.
Toned watercolor paper. I'll work in tones. You'll get the sense of it. The cool thing about toned watercolor paper is you have a tone. It's not just white. So you're starting with gray or brown, and it's good. It's all good.
Oh, Virginia.
What does Virginia say? She doesn't care what we do, what we use. Okay. Well, that's very nice of you. I'm not sure if you speak for everybody, because there are new people who are coming in and are like, what is the This is Draw With Me? I thought it was good. It's chaos. Anyway.
All right.
It is good. Here's another thing I wanted to say. and maybe you'll join with me in this. I feel like the last few weeks, and JJ, maybe you can confirm this. I feel like I've been denigrating my drawings. You think that that's true?
I think it happens sometimes.
I've been denigrating them. I've been saying like, "Oh, that's not very good." Today, I'm not doing that. Today, I may do some bad drawings. Probably not. But if I do them, I'm not going to say that they're bad. And JJ, you're going to join me in that, right?
Well, because we know the key to all of this is falling in love with the process.
Well put.
Right? It's that simple. There's no mystery. If you fall in love with the process, then the results don't matter.
We're going to have fun doing this.
And we're going to have fun.
And if you're putting down your drawing, or if I'm putting down my drawing, it's less fun. So let's not do that.
Okay. All righty.
So here's the question. Tonies is our theme. And you came up with this idea, and I thought it was a great idea.
Thank you.
And the idea is we're using toned paper. So therefore, we're going to draw people or things named Toni.
We're drawing Tonies.
It's that simple. It's just Tonies.
Many Tonies.
Actually, and as it turned out, and this is slightly depressing, none of the Tonies are alive.
None of the Tonies selected.
I mean, there are Tonys out there that are alive. None of the ones on this show today will be. So don't worry about it. So if you offend them...
Yeah, you can't offend them.
They're not going to come over to your house and go, "Whoa, what the hell are you doing?" Oh, no, it's not going to happen.
No, you're safe from anyone's feelings.
So what we're going to do is we're going to spend 5 minutes doing each drawing. So that gives us about half an hour of drawing. Should be good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's begin. 5 minutes.
Woo!
Bing.
You
First
want me
Toni.
to do the timer?
Nope, I got it. Toni. So this is the first Toni, which is, of course, Toni Benedetto, known to the world as Toni Bennett.
That's a different picture than you showed me yesterday.
Yes, it is.
You zigged and zagged.
Well, I had an old Toni, like an old, decrepit, about
Not
to die
decrepit,
Toni.
he was
And I
never
decided
decrepit.
instead to go
Young Toni.
young Toni.
Fresh young Toni.
Young Toni.
He's cute.
He is cute. So, you know what? It's partly because I decided that when I thought about Toni Bennett, I was getting it wrong. And what I think about Toni Bennett is the nose. The nose is what it's all about. He has a great, great nose.
Does he have like a slight underbite? I don't think I ever noticed that before.
I'm sure it's been fixed since this picture was taken.
It's possible orthodontia was involved.
I mean, he was just a young Benedetto at this point. And since then he has well, I'm sure he got his teeth fixed.
You know, it's funny. Some people, their young and old selves are dissimilar. I would say
he's basically the same, right?
yeah. I mean, we sort of joke about that, about Twiglet, that some dogs grow out of puppyhood and they look like a completely different dog. She is pretty much the exact same dog we got 3 years ago, nearly to the day.
Regular viewers of the show will know that everything comes back to Twiglet.
Twiggy beef and See's candies.
Which
You
we
know,
haven't had.
Halloween has come and gone, and I don't feel I got my candy quotient.
It's true.
So we might need to... I was noticing that a lot of candy is on sale. I know that's wrong, but is it right?
We'll talk about candy later.
Okay.
Right now we're talking about Toni. What are your feelings about Toni Bennett?
I mean, I'm a big fan. This is the style of this is the kind of a crooner. That's the music I love the most.
Yeah, I like him. He's not my favorite crooner.
What's the hardness of pencil?
So this is a Derwent Lightfast. It's a Van Dyke Brown. These Lightfast pencils are not really hard. It's pretty soft. So, yeah, it's not very hard. See where his ear is? That's not where his ear is. His ear is over here.
You're not going to denigrate your drawing.
No, I'm just moving his ear.
Oh, I see.
Now we're halfway through the drawing. Hopefully you're all keeping one eye on the
Now,
time.
Gen C, being the fashionista that she is, noticed a thing I also noticed, which is that's a heck of a polo. It's like a little textured thing with like cap sleeves.
Is it sleeveless almost?
No, it's a cap sleeve. I looked at this picture and I immediately thought, I want to wear that shirt. That's the kind of shirt I like.
Yeah, he.
I kind of like men's. I like things that are sort of men's but have a feminine touch, and it almost looks like that shirt has a textured pattern that is light lace. It's not lace, but it gives a feeling of laciness, which I really enjoy.
It's a bit chenille-like, isn't it?
No, I think chenille is more fluffy. Anyway, it's cute.
I'm sure it's rayon.
Rayon was a thing.
Yeah, this is a thing. I mean, this picture is probably late 40s, I would think. So, now, this is tone paper, so it's pretty easy to use the brown of the paper as your midtones. And
Now, are you going to tackle the teeth?
tackling the teeth. Teeth tackling. Yeah. No, I'm not really tackling the teeth. So you know a thing about Tony Bennett. He was an artist.
Quite a good one.
He was a painter, yeah.
Quite a good one. I mean, they had I think it was a special maybe on 60 Minutes or American show that maybe Lady Gaga was part of. But anyway, they showed his studio. His paintings were advanced.
I mean, he
incredible.
sold. He showed and sold.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Tony Benedetto. All right, we're about to run out of time.
I like what you just did with the hair.
You like that?
That was bold.
Yeah. All right, well, that's a Tony.
You're not getting that delightful polo.
I know. All right, so that's Tony.
Time's
In all
up.
his glory. That's it. 2 minutes. First Tony down. We're ready for the next Tony. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Now, we did Tony the Tiger once before, but we did the modern version of it, and this is the original OG Tony. So this is from I think Tony the Tiger came out in the 50s, and it's kind of a football-shaped head. So, and those ears are super cute, I think.
Very cute.
Right, and then he's very of his period, very sort of modern.
May I interrupt to ask, did you start a timer?
Yes, there's a timer built into this system of mine.
Fancy.
Yeah. So yeah, he's all like little shapes.
Shapes.
Right? So you just look at what the shapes are. So yeah, it's again 5 minutes. And
The whiskers. Again with the whiskers. They're so cute.
what do you mean again with the whiskers? That there are whiskers, you
I
mean?
feel like we've had a few.
We drew kittens not
Yeah,
long
it was
ago.
kittens. And then this weekend, if you're in Spark, we had a workshop with Gigi Chen where she did big time whisker.
Yeah, that was a really great workshop.
Yeah, acrylics. We don't often use acrylics.
No, but that was a good one. I was kind of inspired to start thinking in terms of acrylics again. So,
Get that little tongue.
there we go.
Chat is quiet, so everyone must be
Deep
racing,
into
racing
Tony.
against the clock.
Deep into Tony Town, Tony territory. I gotta fix his eyes. His nostrils are a bit too prominent, but
They're more triangular.
His nostrils?
In the reference, they're triangles.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I just don't want to. When you make nostrils are like teeth. If you make too much of a big deal out of them, they really become kind of odious.
Focal point.
Yeah, like nobody wants to look at nostrils, and nobody really wants to look at teeth either. So, yeah, there's a timer in the corner of the screen, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I didn't notice it because it's on top of me.
Well, I thought you were kind
I
of...
never look at myself. That's a wrong. If you're doing something on camera and you look at oneself, it's as if you're looking up your odious nostril.
Because you're just staring at me with awe and admiration.
I watch your drawing. I do. I'm mesmerized.
So, all right. So that's Toni. It's not too bad.
John is revolting against the concept.
Of what? Revolting?
Claiming this is not a dead Toni. We said none of these Tonys are alive.
It's
Someone
not
else chimed in with dead Tonys. We didn't.
Dead Tonys. Yeah, dead Toni would be disgusting because we don't want to draw cadavers. This is not an anatomy class.
Inanimate Tonys.
Inanimate. That's not true necessarily because this Toni is animate.
Oh,
He's animated, in fact.
well, but he's not animated in this reference.
Well, that's true of all reference, so that's not... No, he's just not alive. It's different from being dead. But, see, I wish I hadn't drawn multiple lines here for the mouth, because that one fine line is really what gives him his expression, but you can tell it's Toni.
I mean, may I just say,
yeah,
the
please.
thing you did in Toni Bennett's hair, where you just went super bold,
Yeah,
is
like
missing from Toni the Tiger.
All right, fair enough.
You've still got time to make a moment.
The difference is that Toni the Tiger is he's kind of architectural almost. So.
I think break free from these chains that bind you.
You're right. It's a wild tiger. It's got a bit of wild, some wildness, wilding.
All right.
Fair enough.
Time
At a
be
time.
up. Are you using Winsor Newton color pencils? You're using Derwent pencil, right?
Yes.
Deborah's asking.
Today we're sponsored by Hahnemuhle. So I'm free to use, in this case, Derwent. I'm using Light Fast mainly. I kind of like the feeling of Light Fast. They are light fast, but that's not really the reason I'm using them today. All right, let's move on.
What could possibly be next?
Now that's exciting.
Zing!
That is exciting. Can you identify that object? Is it alive?
It represents life.
It does, if you're an actor.
The life of the theater.
Yes.
Theater. It's the Tony Award.
It's a Tony Award. Not a very good-looking award.
I kind of like it. I like that it's not super ornate.
Yeah, it just looks kind of crappy, honestly.
Well, all
I mean,
awards.
look at
I mean, it's always disappointing when you really look up close at any kind of trophy. They're junk.
But this one looks like an executive toy, or it looks like Salesman of the Year or something like that. It's with that base. I don't know. It's not impressive, but it is again fairly geometric. So we can. But okay, so here's the challenge: is can we make this interesting and kind of alive? Because right now it looks a little bit like the monolith from 2001, a black kind of thing. So what can we do to make it cool?
I mean, are you going to use the toned paper to get those highlights
to full advantage?
Well, there's some highlighting.
Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, we can definitely have some fun with coloring the different facets of the base, so we can sort of get a variety of tones in there. I guess that will do. But it's not impressive.
It's impressive if you win one.
Well, if you could win any major award, which would you want to win?
I mean, the Nobel Peace Prize.
Really? I don't see you that way. Honestly, I mean, I could see you winning.
The Guinness record for eating the most C's candies?
I could see you winning a lot of awards, but
I would,
I think you're more likely to win the Nobel Prize for chemistry than you are the Peace Prize.
I fancy myself a tennis player. I would love to win. Like if there was some kind of women's, senior kind of
Why senior?
U.S. Open. Well, because I'm not competing against Coco Gauff.
Okay, but now the Wimbledon trophy is a nice trophy.
I mean, British probably do trophies well.
But does it have a name?
It does. It's the something cup. No, it's the...
It's the Davis Cup.
No. Oh, geez. Am I going to have to Google? Nobody cares.
Yeah,
all the
cares.
big trophies of sports ball tournaments have proper names.
Yeah. I mean, this is named after, is it Antoinette Perry?
I have not the faintest clue.
I think it is. Who is, of course, Tyler Perry's mother. So... So, are people having fun drawing this?
I hope so. People are a little quiet in the chat.
This is a very challenging thing to draw.
I mean, if you only have 5 minutes to draw anything, you've got to apply yourself, right?
Apparently. Maybe we shouldn't have given them this much time. This is actually a pretty good subject for tone paper.
I agree.
Because it is monochromatic, but it has highlights. And the tone paper is working a treat. There we go. I wouldn't mind winning a Pulitzer.
Fancy yourself a Pulitzer candidate.
Well,
deep down, don't you?
I mean, I could see my essays winning a Pulitzer.
You do you.
Why not?
Pulitzer Prize 2023.
Why not?
One
can
I'll
hope.
vote for it.
Well, I mean, what else am I going to win one for? All right. Lord, what delusions. Okay. Let's move on to our next, and the next Toni will be... James is asking, can you use ink on that sketchbook or will it bleed through? Yeah. In fact, let me show you. This is a previous one that we did. Look, ink. Remember when we did this?
Oh, Irish
coffee. Here's the Irish coffee. We made Irish coffee.
I could win a
ink.
world record for drinking Irish coffee. Probably after
that's a lot of ink. Yeah, this is more coffee. We went through a jag of doing a lot of coffee. Here's more coffee. This is actually a very nice page. Yeah. If I do say so. Yeah. So yes, one can use ink and should. It's good. Ink is good.
All right, back to Toni's.
All right, here we go. Next Toni. All right. Speaking of award winners, did she win a Nobel Prize for literature?
She didn't. She should have.
I think she did.
I think she did.
I think she did.
She definitely deserved it. She deserved all the prizes.
Well, so she has a new movie coming out.
The remake.
A remake, yeah. So yeah, Color Purple in theaters
This
very
is
soon.
Toni Morrison for anyone who's.
Oh yes, I'm sorry,
scratching
Toni
their
Morrison.
heads over it.
Toni Morrison.
Your timer started and you're still like.
Yeah, I'm sharpening my pencil.
Okay.
All right, should we start again? We're going to start again.
I want to make sure we don't
starting
short
again.
Toni.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yes, thank you.
Fresh fiber. All right, so. She has nice eyes. They're very light colored.
She has nice everything. I like that the direction of her hair is really going to match. It's going to be nice that you have her in that left side of the book.
You think?
Yeah, it's going to move your eye out to the edge of the page.
Yeah, that was my idea. I think her hair is what this is all going to be about.
I mean, her hair is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I think she also did you the great service
Of?
not displaying her teeth in this photo.
I'm sure she has lovely teeth, but
She
it's
probably
true.
has gorgeous teeth, a beautiful smile. This is a beautiful smile. And for all of us who have not perfected the art of drawing teeth, she smiles.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm going to give her teeth.
Oh my gosh. Just wrong.
All right. Okay, let's get into this hair. Her hair is
Sculpture.
that's what I was going to say.
Sculptural.
It looks almost like a single thing, like a single surface, but it's made up of coils.
Wow, taking some liberties.
Do you think she'd mind? I mean, she can't complain anymore. I don't know. I just look at that and I just think, I love those rows. Rows and rows and rows of...
I mean, her hair is gray, so it's, to me, a slightly curious choice to choose this warm colored pencil.
Well, it's intriguing, isn't it?
Is Michael Nobbs here?
No way. Really?
Oh my gosh!
Michael Nobbs.
Michael Nobbs!
Long time no see, dude.
How are your chickens?
I think they were his neighbor's chickens,
Oh,
but I could be wrong. Michael Nobbs, illustrated journaler.
all right. Are you out of focus?
No. I'm focused like a laser.
Yeah, I gotta refresh.
Her eyes are kind of caramel colored. This is my favorite one so far.
Because you went bold and fanciful.
I think so. I think I just like the look of her.
I gotta refresh. I'm still got.
The whole thing is out of focus, or just me?
I had to refresh both of my browsers because they are giving you a little bit of mush.
Here we go. All right, 9 seconds to go. I don't know. I think you could do cool stuff with her hair like that, which I just thought of just now. You could do some other stuff. All right. How many Tonys do we have left? We have 2. 2 to go. Here we go. Toni Chocolonely. just for the sake of variety. So Toni Chocolonely it's our favorite chocolate these days.
We discovered it, I think, in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
I think when we went to visit
they didn't have
Koja,
it. They didn't have it in America then.
it was and it was like such a big deal. And now it's starting to be more commonly found. I think they have it at World Market. If you have that in your neck of the woods.
They have it in the Safeway.
We've occasionally seen, not a great selection of flavors, but occasionally find it in Safeway and also, strangely, at CVS.
The best thing about this is, I was going to say the best thing about it, but it's not actually. The best thing about it is that it's really good. But I love this lettering. This typeface it's not even a typeface. It's like, I think it might be hand lettered, but that is a really good looking, kind of late 60s looking thing. Right? Doesn't it remind you of?
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't you imagine it on even on something like Sesame Street?
Yeah.
But it's got that, I don't know if it's hearkening back to Willy Wonka or something. But man, look at how great that typeface is.
Almost as good as it tastes.
Yeah. Look at that Y. That S is insane. It's a total cartoon S. That could be in like Rocky and Bullwinkle show, right?
Yeah. Somebody said it's like a Wild West typeface. Not somebody. Stuart Foster said it's like a Wild West.
It is. It has this very big. The serifs are really chunky, and then I don't know. Just makes you want to do the lettering. I don't even care about the rest of the drawing. I'm a fiend for lettering, and I want to do this properly. I'm gonna do this after the show. I think I'm gonna sit and redraw this because it's so good. I don't think I've ever drawn it before. I know I haven't, because usually, if you have an actual bar of it in front of you, it might be easier to draw, but it's likely that you'll eat it. It's likely that you'll never be able to finish the drawing because you'll have opened it. But it does remind me of like lettering that you do like on the cover of your binder in high school or something.
Yeah.
Right? How much time do we have left? Oh, I have time. Okay, I have time. Now I'm rushing. Don't rush. Enjoy it.
The journey is the destination.
So is this like 60s vibe affecting you? So you're saying things like that? Totally, man.
Twigs.
Vicious animal.
Nope.
See, the lettering on the side is totally different. Not totally different, but it is different.
Well, it's less complicated.
Well,
it doesn't have the outline. That's all.
No, it's different. Look at that S. Compare the two S's. Totally different.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's totally different. That is a thing of beauty. It's so beautiful that I'm even going to bring in a red pencil. I think at some future point we have to just dedicate an entire drawer with me to this bar of chocolate.
It's making me hungry.
I know.
I don't feel, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I did not get my adequate portion of Halloween candy. It's a protest. It's a form of protest. And I need. It's a holiday.
But you're not
based
7.
on candy.
You're not 7, though.
I am.
It's for children.
In my mind.
It's for children. Okay. We have one. I think we have one left.
Woot woot.
Let's do it. Let's complete this journey. There it is.
There he is. The man, the myth.
The man, the myth, the legend. Toni Soprano.
I love that you picked a bathrobe.
Yeah, I had a picture of him before up close, and I thought, you know what? Toni in the bathrobe that's Toni Soprano. And you know what? That'll be really nice.
It's hard to be menacing in a bathrobe, but he manages it.
He does. It's true.
Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Oh, gosh, this show is so amazing.
So this is an opportunity to draw on a white pencil. I'm just going to focus on the robe. I'm not even going to care about trying to draw him accurately.
His face is sort of small, so you don't have to...
Well, his face is sort of nondescript anyway. I mean, he has a face... he doesn't have...
Face is present there.
I mean, there's no question that it's him, but he's as an actor, he has a face that is not extraordinary, except for what he does with it, but...
Somebody in the chat, I apologize, I don't remember the name, said Tony Stark, and we could have done an Iron Man.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, we didn't think of that one. I think that would have been good.
Tony Stark, yeah. Kind of a pig-like nose.
That's not unkind.
What's he going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to say?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. This might be my favorite drawing.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, if you're going to say something is your favorite, isn't it sort of a requirement that
I think
you
it
have
speaks
a reason?
for itself.
It speaks for itself. Okay.
I mean, that's lifelike. That's breathtaking. There we go. Toni Soprano. You know what we should do? We should just cut to black right now.
If you haven't watched the show The Sopranos,
Spoiler alert.
that was a spoiler alert. If you haven't watched it by now, you're probably not gonna.
I think you can stop worrying about spoilers after. I mean, the show's been off the air for 10 years. If you haven't seen it by now, you don't have the right to avoid spoilers.
Should we? So Danny, who is an incredible genius. Let's all be honest. He got Wordle yesterday in 2.
All right.
In 2.
All right, don't tell people that.
So then...
I'm sorry, I would have gotten it in 1, but I was
then
busy.
to brag about it, he sent a screenshot to people who we know do Wordle, and therefore ruin their Wordle.
It was at the end of the day.
I was like, my gosh.
It was at the end of the day.
My gosh.
So here in Phoenix, and this is somewhat relevant to what JJ was just saying, we are licking our wounds because we lost the World Series last night. And I sent the picture to my brother-in-law, who is a Wordle guy, and he was actually at the game. And because of him, they lost. or he certainly didn't help avoid it. All right, there we go.
Awesome. Are you going to do any lettering? Are you going to say any like page of Tony's or?
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Let's wait for the timer to run down, and then let's do it again. Because we have like 5 minutes, right?
Yeah, I have to jump off a tiny bit early.
Okay.
Because we've got to take Margie to the dentist.
All right. Well, let me just fix this so we can see it. And there we go.
You want to show? Oh, you're showing your whole page.
Toni, Toni, Toni. Maybe I should call that Toni. How do you spell Toni, Toni, Toni? It's Toni.
I think it's Tone.
No, there's Toni. It's spelled 3 different ways.
Oh, Toni.
Toni.
Toni with an I.
Toni with an I and Toni with an E. So that is the name of the page, but it also happens to be another Toni because it's a band, as I'm sure you know. Toni, Toni, Toni.
80s band.
No. 80s band?
Wasn't it?
No. I think it's like 21st century.
What?
I mean, 2000s.
Gotta Google. Toni, Toni, Toni is an American soul R&B band from Oakland, California, popular during the late 80s and early to mid 90s.
Maybe that's when I started listening to him, though. Toni the Tiger. And now, what do we call this? Toni Award. And then Toni Morrison. And then Chocolonely.
Just call it a lonely.
So there we go. That is a page. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little bit of a frame around it. Just to kind of join these things together. Hurriedly. All right. So there you go. Now imagine that this was watercolor and that we were working on Hahnemuhle toned watercolor paper.
Oh.
It would be even better. I mean, this is awesome, but it would be even better. And you could also show this page to somebody who doesn't know what it is. Just say, hey, what do you think? What do these drawings have in common? And see if they figure out that it's all Tony's. Beautiful. All right. So Laura says, someone get JJ some candy, for goodness sake. It's true.
Laura?
Yes.
We are friends. That's what a true friend does. That's how, when your friends show up for you.
We haven't even had breakfast yet. Will you calm down?
That's why I'm freaking out about not having had enough candy.
All right. So that was fun. And we are done.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap it up hurriedly. I'm going to now click to this. Here we are. Okay. So reminder, if you would like to get not this book, but some toned watercolor paper pad. It's beautiful stuff. I think you'll really enjoy it from Hahnemuhle. Write to us at DWM, draw with me, DWM at sketchbookschool.com. Give us your mailing address, your U.S. mailing address. I didn't even say that when I was talking about this stuff before. But if you would like it, that's how you get it. Write to us and say, I'd really like that, and I will use it and do really cool stuff, and therefore, please send it to me. And here's my U.S. mailing address. I'd love to see your Tonys, so please share them on social media.
Can I do a public service announcement? Few people have asked occasionally why their drawing isn't included in the sometimes the internet is not our friend. And we are finding that if you post on socials and tag us, it doesn't always show us. It's like filtering top posts. So we're trying to figure that out. You can,
But we do. We
look and we
spend
try.
a lot
We
of time
never
looking for it.
purposely exclude anyone.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I would say don't send it to us because that's chaos. We have a whole system for managing, frankly, huge amounts of research to do this. So don't email it to us. Just post it on YouTube or on Facebook, or if you have taken a class with Sketchbook School, you can join us in the schoolyard. So please do. And tag it again. Hashtag
or
SBS.
Instagram. But what I'm saying is sometimes the
But what-
Instagram hides
But
people.
what are
that
people
tag.
supposed to do about it?
I'm just saying
It's not
what
helpful
people are
information.
supposed to do is not be upset if they aren't included, because we love you. We never exclude
upset.
somebody purposefully, and send it the next week. That's really the net. Keep trying. You'll get in there.
It's not as difficult as she's making it seem. People have been doing it successfully for years, so don't worry about it. And if you don't get it, it's because we screwed up. So, tomorrow I'm going to be sending out an essay to all the people who subscribe to Danny's essays. Could be you too. It's free. And I write
the barrier?
sort of inspirational, fun, silly stuff. I've got a really good one this week that you're going to love if you sign up for it. So go to dannysessays.com and sign up. And of course, subscribe. If you subscribe, then I'll let you know that we'll be here again next Thursday, 9 a.m., and we will be drawing again together. Thanks a lot. See you then. Can't wait to see your Tonys. Bye-bye.